In the last 2 years, since I started posting on my socials, we have made $7.626 million directly from the socials. And I have a collective audience of about 41,000 people across platforms and have generated a total lifetime view count of 10.347 million views. That's led us to making 74 cents per view across platforms. This is absolutely possible. We're doing it, our clients are doing it. And if you're a business, this is the biggest brand growth opportunity available today. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how we can do this for your business and everything you need to know in a matter of minutes. This truly is a film it and forget it process where you can film less than 2 hours per month to be completely omnipresent and be bringing in a lot of traction like what I've shown you here. This doesn't require a bunch of fancy camera equipment. And if you're a business owner and you don't want to be in the content, you don't even need to film. We can go out and we can hire professional creators to film content on behalf of your brand where this is still very effective. And the best part of this process is all I do is film for about 2 hours a month. I don't handle any of the revenue generating scripts where we combine viral hooks and viral frameworks. Our team does that for me. Our team is also split testing 3 hooks per video across platforms. This allows us to be much more data driven than almost any other brand out there. And it requires almost 0 additional time for me filming. All of these hooks follow proven viral hook frameworks, and the hook alone can be the difference of a video getting millions of views or thousands of views. So it's the highest leverage thing to split test. And when you do this, you also 3x your total volume of posts without spending any additional time filming, because now every 1 video you record turns into 3. As mentioned, I film about 2 hours per month. We have award-winning editors who edit the content for me, and then we post across platforms on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube. So you're omnipresent everywhere that your ideal customers are looking. And all this leads to a bunch of conversions, which we've helped clients generate well over 1 million leads. And I'm going to break down exactly how that works. See, in the last 2.5 years, we've generated our clients over 8 billion views, 24 million followers, and we've done this across 70 plus industries. We worked with a lot of the biggest brands on social media with millions and millions of followers, all the way down to new brands just getting started with content and everything in between. Industry does not matter here because we have very proven systems and fundamentals that we follow when we're working with every client that works across industries. This has led to us creating lots and lots of viral content. This is just a small sample list of viral videos that we've created for clients. We actually have an internal sheet that tracks all of the content we've created in the company that's gotten 1 million plus views or more. And it's come out to over 1,024 videos that have gotten 1 million views or more in the last 2.5 years. That's come out to an average of more than 1 video per day that we create in the company that goes viral. So we've learned a thing or two about how this actually works. And an important note here is that these are revenue generating views. These are not vanity metrics. If you ask yourself, what is advertising? It's making you and your business known to more of your ideal customers. And that is exactly what happens with organic content on social media today. And we're going to break down why. This is the same process that we implemented with Sean Lynch, where he started at 12,400 followers with less than 1 year of creating content, and then gained 42 million views from our team and grew to a total audience of 63,800 people in the first 6 months, which has brought in a lot of growth to his peptide and hormone optimization business. And our traffic is his sole source of traffic for growing the business. This is also the same system we implemented with Patrick Silva. He's a DUI attorney based in California. He started at 0 and gained 15.4 million views in his first 90 days, which grew his following to 37,400 new followers and subscribers while filming 2 to 4 hours per month. And now in such a short time, he's highly regarded as the #1 DUI attorney in California. And this is the same system that we've used with Garrett Gunderson, whose Instagram went from 1,041 average view per post to 5,104 average view per post in the first 3 months when we came in with our team and systems. And his audience has grown over 105,000 people in a finance sub niche. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in, and it doesn't matter how niche your brand and business is, this can work for you. With Garrett, he's selling hundreds and hundreds of book copies every month, which leads to him closing a lot of high ticket clients for his financial services. So as you see here, it doesn't matter how niche your brand is or what industry you're in, this can work for you. And also on top of newer brands to content, we've also done this with many very large brands on social media, like Dr. Pompa, where we generated 370 million views and more than 1 million followers in the first 8 months working with them. Greg O'Gallagher, where we generated 236.7 million views, and his audience grew by 869,000 people in the first 6 months. Dropouts podcast, where in the first 12 months, we generated them 1.95 billion views. Their audience grew by over 9 million people, and their podcast actually hit the top 10 comedy podcast charts on Spotify. And we've done this with many more brands as well, where we're trusted by a lot of the top authorities online. So why does this actually work? And how is this the most effective form of advertising available for brands today, even though this is organic content? So the reason why this works is because every platform is now a For You page. And social media has transformed to interest media, where we are constantly served content based on our interests and our demographics, regardless if we follow accounts or not. And if you scroll on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or YouTube or any of these platforms, you're actually going to notice that majority of the content you see now is from accounts that you don't follow rather than accounts that you do follow. And that's why when you go to the insights of your short form video content specifically, it'll show you the total reach. And majority of the reach goes to non-followers that are again targeted based on interest and demographics. Every social media platform makes majority of their revenue through advertising. And there are many of the biggest companies in the world where they have trillions and trillions of data points on all of us. They have data centers the size of cities where they know us better than we know ourselves. And have gotten so good at creating the most targeted ads possible, where they now use that same technology and their algorithms are designed to use all that same data for serving us organic content. So if you are a tax firm who helps wealthy entrepreneurs save money on taxes, and that's what you talk about, the algorithm across every platform is now smart enough to therefore serve your content to that exact demographic. If you are a personal injury attorney and you're creating content around that, the platforms are now smart enough to serve your content to people who fit that demographic. And the list goes on and on with this for any industry. So out of every type of content, short form video specifically gets pushed the most to non-followers. It gets pushed more to non-followers than long form video, carousel, and pictures. And that's why we fully specialize with short form video for this strategy. And the organic non-follower reach that you get is free and it's more trust-based because people have much more trust towards organic content versus paid content. It's again targeted based on interest and demographics. It uses the same targeting data used for ads, and therefore that makes it the most cost-effective advertising available today. Now, how does this drive conversions? It drives conversions through DMs. A lot of sales happen through DMs, through bio links that are trackable, posting stories, which have a much higher click-through rate, having CTAs in your captions, which allows you to drive a lot more actions without heavily selling in your content. It increases your search, your AI recommendations, and SEO, not only on Google, but also now every platform is a search engine within itself. People go and they search keywords on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, and your content will rank for specific keywords in your industry. And then also, if you're running ads, top performing organic content becomes top performing ads. Top performing organic content is almost always top performing ad creative. And so we can test organic content with free reach first, and then find the proven creative that you then run with ads, which makes your ads much more profitable and much more scalable. And then lastly, with ads retargeting, we can retarget all of the reach and all of the engagement across all platforms with ads, which now drives results for pennies instead of dollars for you because they're warm impressions instead of cold impressions. And this is how you can capture a lot more conversions from the reach that you're getting with your organic content, again, making your ads much more profitable and much more scalable. But more important than all else is what this does is it builds brand, and brand builds market leading trust. There's a reason why all the largest companies in the world put majority of their marketing budget towards brand advertising because they know that trust grows a business more than anything else. And the example here is, let's say that you see ads from two businesses that offer the same exact thing that you're looking for. One of those brands barely puts out any content. They don't really have a large following. And when you go to their feed, you don't know if they're legit. The other brand puts out consistent quality content that's value driven and they have a larger following. Out of those two, if the offer is the same, which one are you going to go with? The answer is obvious, right? And that's the power of having a brand, and that trickles down across all platforms. People do their research. We're in a trust recession where people have less trust than ever before. And so if you're not putting out great quality content and really scaling your brand up, it's going to be very hard to scale your business. Putting out content is now just as important as having a website. It is no longer optional and it is required. And the system that we follow is the most effective way to grow your brand with the targeted people in the shortest amount of time possible and the most cost-effective way possible. So who do we work with? Well, we work with 7 to 9 figure brands that fit 3 categories. One are big brands with repeated viral content. So this is a lot of our clients who already have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers. They've already gone viral a bunch of times where we can come in, repurpose your content and scale it through a network of sub accounts that are created to you, branded to you, allowing us to repurpose all your content with you and your team spending 0 additional time. And we have full quality control and brand control measures across the board. And this drives massive growth to your main socials and to your business. Then we also have brands who are creating content, but wanting more results. Maybe you've been doing this, but you're stuck. Maybe you've been burned by other agencies. You don't feel like the quality is there. You're kind of embarrassed by what's going out and you're putting a lot of time and effort into this, but not seeing the results that you want. So it's becoming very demotivating, but you don't want to just scrap everything that you've been working on. Or maybe you are seeing growth, but you just want to take it to the next level. And then we have brands that are new to creating content. So you still have built a big brand through other mediums, but you know that you have to create content these days and you're looking for the right team and system to get started with that. Now, who is not a fit for this though? If you don't own a business, this is not a fit. If you're a music artist or entertainer, this is not a fit. And if your business brings in less than 100,000 per month, this is not a fit. So let's break down exactly how we help and what our system looks like. And first, we'll break this down for the big brands with repeated viral content. If that's you, we can scale you up with our Infinity scaling system. And so what this looks like is we're going to come in and on the best approach, we're going to create 28 unique short form videos per day. And we post those and scale those across 14 accounts per platform on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Those are the top 4 short form platforms where we consistently see the best results with this. This requires 0 added time from you and your team because we're repurposing all the content that you've already created. And that comes out to 3,360 total posts per month. And this gives you a daily visual of the amount of posts and content that we're posting out on your behalf. So that's for best results. Now, if you want to scale down a little bit and still have fast results, we would come in and we create 20 unique short form videos per day across 10 accounts on each platform, same platforms with Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Again, 0 added time to you and your team. That comes out to 2,400 total posts per month. And this still gives you a visual on the amount of daily content that we're putting out, which is still significant. And then lastly, the most essential layer, if you're a big brand, this is no longer optional either, it's required because other big brands are doing this. And if you don't do it as well, they're going to scale past you. And so at the essential layer, we can still come in and create 12 unique short form videos per day where we're scaling 6 accounts per platform, again, 0 at a time. That comes out to 1,440 posts per month, which is still a substantial amount of volume, right? And can still massively move the needle for you and your brand. Now, a lot of bigger brands have already tried this, maybe through Clippers, and that's not us. We've built clipping communities to test out the model, but it doesn't compete compared to what we do, which is structuring everything internally. Clippers will go out there and they build a big community of thousands of people, but most quote unquote Clippers have no experience. This is the new make money online opportunity for them. They've never edited before. They don't know about quality control. And there's massive churn because if they don't make money immediately, they're going to churn. They also post multiple brands on the same account, which gets really messy. You don't own anything. And doing the clipping community route is still incredibly management intensive and creates a lot of risk to your brand. Versus what we do is we go out and we hire top talent. We recruit them. They go through an extensive training process. And then everything we do is fully internal. We have a 2-layer quality control process for every piece of content before it's posted out. We create a brand identity for every client to make sure that everything is in full brand alignment to you. You own all the accounts we create, all the content. We can also add them into your business manager. So you retarget the tens of millions, even hundreds of millions of views that we can get from this per month with ads, which becomes significant scalable ad campaigns for you. And there's full consistency without all of this churn and people doing things that you don't really like for your brand. So to give you some visuals on this, most brands like your competition who've already built success and already have larger followings on social media, usually they're posting 1 video per day across Instagram, across Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. So this gives you the visual of the weekly posts that brands in your competition are putting out. Versus if you come in, our Infinity Scaling System brands on our best tier, this gives you a weekly post visual of what we do for you. And because of the fact that all short form content gets non-follower reach and you no longer need a big audience to go viral, every one of these is another digital billboard getting your content in front of more targeted people for your business. And every one of these is another at bat for your video to go viral. So I think you can see if you just visualize the compounding effect of this, of not only on a weekly basis, but when you do this for 1 month and then 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and then you scale this out for years. If you do this on a weekly basis where all your competition is doing this, who do you think is going to win? That's why this is the most effective brand growth strategy available today. And this system is so powerful that we are able to predictably guarantee brands on these tiers anywhere between 50 to 500 million views in the first year. That comes out to a daily average of 137,000 to 1.37 million views per day. That's stadiums and stadiums full of people. It's easy to look at views and just look at it as a data point and forget that that's actual people behind those numbers. And so imagine if you even have one stadium full of people who come to listen to you about the expertise that you have, and they have the problem that you solve. Do you think that you could convert at least a few of those people to become clients or customers for your brand? Probably so, right? And so that's why this works and how it drives growth for your business. And now, how do we help 7 to 9 figure brands who are either creating content but wanting more results, so you don't have a huge brand yet and you're not already consistently putting out viral content, or you're brand new to creating content but you know that you need to get started? So that's you. We'll scale you up with our viral scaling system. So what this looks like is we'll come in and fully script all of your content with proven viral hooks and proven viral formats. You film anywhere between 1 to 6 hours per month. This just depends on the level of deliverables and also your skill set with this, where the more you do it, the faster and more efficient you become. We have our award-winning editors edit all the content for you in top quality so you can make sure that your brand is being represented like you want it to be. And then our team posts it across platforms for you through Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube. Again, we're split testing 3 hooks per video with viral hook templates. And this creates massive leverage and much more output for your brand. And again, the hook alone can be the difference of a video getting millions of views or thousands of views. And that leads to all the conversions that we mentioned earlier. So what this looks like is, again, we have 3 tiers for this. And if you take the best approach, we're going to come in and script 3 short form videos per day for you that also have 3 hooks each. So that comes out to 9 unique videos per day. This requires 3 to 6 hours per month of filming and comes out to 1,350 posts per month. This gives you a daily visual of the posts that we're putting out. So it's still significant volume. And again, you or a creator that we hire for you only needs to film 3 to 6 hours a month. And that's it. It's film it and forget it. And our team handles the rest. If you want to take this where you still scale fast, then we can do 2 short form videos per day. with 3 hooks each, it comes out to 2 to 4 hours per month of filming, and that's still 900 posts per month, which is way beyond what almost any brand and business is still doing out there. And this gives you a daily post visual to see that this is still significant volume. And at the most essential level, we still come in and we script one short form video per day for you with 3 hooks each. It's only 1 to 3 hours per month of filming at this tier, which comes out to 450 total posts per month, which is still enough to really drive meaningful results for you and your business. And here, most businesses who haven't really built a big brand on social media yet, maybe they're posting like 3 times a week on Instagram and Facebook or whatever platforms, and then once a week on LinkedIn and TikTok. So this gives you a visual of their monthly posts. This is your competition, and this is what most brands do. Versus this is what viral scaling system brands do on a monthly basis. So again, you can see how this would compound from not just 1 month, but 3 months, and then 6 months, 1 year and beyond, and how this drives significant results. And when your competition is doing this and you're doing this, who do you think is going to become the market leader? Again, that's why this system is so powerful. And even on this tier, we're able to predictably guarantee 5 million to 20 million views in 1 year for every brand that we launch with on this. That comes out to daily average of 13,700 to 55,000 views per day. And that's still getting you in front of stadiums full of people on a weekly basis. Now, if you do this today, you are capitalizing on first mover advantage, and it's the equivalent of running Google ads in 2003 or Facebook ads in 2013 when they were brand new platforms, had very little competition. And so CPMs, which is an ad metric that stands for cost per 1,000 views, was significantly cheaper, a tiny fraction of the cost compared to what it is today, which created the biggest advertising opportunities at that time. You could be really bad and still make a lot of money if you got started on these platforms when they were brand new. You can see for many keywords, CPMs on Google have risen from 5 cents a click to over $25 per click. Facebook used to be as cheap as $1 CPMs, now it's $20 plus CPMs. And for a lot of brands, including us, we pay $80 to $100 CPMs on most of our ad campaigns. Because when you're running ads, you have to pay for the team who has the expertise to run the ads. And then you also have to pay for all the creative costs. And then most importantly, you're paying for all the reach at a significantly higher price. Versus organic content, the only cost that goes into it is the team to create the creative, but then the reach is free. And again, it's still targeted just like ads are. Organic reach has never been more similar to advertising than it is today. And so getting started now is just like getting started on Google and Facebook when they're brand new platforms. And this is why you absolutely should not wait. And so the next step for you is to book a growth blueprint call with our team below. When you book this call, you're going to receive your custom guarantee between 5 million to 500 million views in the first year working with us. And we're also going to audit and review your socials. So worst case, we're still going to give you a game plan that you can walk away and implement yourself if you didn't want to work with us. Now, as mentioned, we work with businesses doing minimum 100,000 per month because the cost is costly. It's not expensive, but it is costly. Costly, meaning that this will not betray you. Expensive, meaning that you spend a lot of money and the service will betray you. Cheap is not good and good is not cheap, especially with a service like ours where it requires top talent and labor to deliver the service. Top talent is not cheap, but when you look at the results that this can bring in for your business, the fact that we've earned 74 cents per view that we've generated from our socials, the cost that goes into this is nominal compared to the growth that can happen from this when it's approached properly. Also, businesses doing minimum 100,000 per month have the systems and the infrastructure where you just get the best results with this. We do qualify you as well to make sure there's a mutual fit on both ends. So make sure to answer your form on the calendar below honestly and respect our team's time by showing up to your call. Our enrollment is limited. There's a lot of team that goes into this, and we don't scale too fast and take on too many clients at once to risk things not meeting our standards. We make sure that we're approaching this with top quality and top standards every step of the way. So if you're serious about building your brand and working with the best, now is the time to book a call, and I don't recommend waiting. I congratulate you on even being at the stage in your business and life where you're even considering something like this. And if that's you, I can't wait for the opportunity to help you scale.